So here I am. I almost got hit by a car walking on PCH here, Pacific Coast Highway. You see the world's just about shut down, but this car came really close to me, so I'm gonna have to go over here and walk. So I'm gonna go over here and walk. Yeah. Because I don't want to get hit by a car. Get the sand out of my shoes. So anyway, I'm just going this way. I heard something about the beach being closed or something, but I couldn't believe that, so I thought I'd just come out here and take a look at the sand so I don't get hit by a car. Exercise my Constitution, God-given right to come to the beach. So here I am, Huntington Beach, where it's very dangerous. There's a lot of COVID, I understand. That's what they're saying. It's very dangerous here on the beach. Very dangerous to be walking on the sand like this. And so I'm gonna go check out the water, put my feet in the water, because I've heard that's very dangerous, and I kind of like to live on the dangerous side, you know. Touch the water and breathe. So I guess I don't know where everybody is, but there's nobody here. I don't know what's going on, so have no idea. Just exercising my right to liberty and the pursuit of happiness. You know, making a little documentary here. It's about free speech. So here I am. I don't know where everybody is, but I'm here and I feel good. So yesterday I went surfing at the pier until the K9 air dogs, the helicopters and the lifeboats tried to save my life when I was surfing. They kind of raced by and then they backed in and notified the surfers that the beach was closed. So I'm like, whatever. I caught my wave, so you got to pick your battles. You know, so I just went back home and was glad that we were allowed to surf, you know, because of this so-called nuisance nonsense. So anyway, here I am, Huntington Beach. Just gonna go check the water temperature here, because I like to keep track of the water quality and the air quality down here from my research of free speech. So yeah, that's what's going on here on the state beach. I don't want to look the other way because I know the lifeguards are all busy down that way, the lifeguard station. So I just kind of like to look out this way. Well, under these times. So here I am documenting history, shutting down of the world over an invisible, so-called very deadly pandemic, state of emergency. I think 40 people in Orange County. There's like, I don't know how many millions of people, 3 million people, 300 million or something. No, I think 3 million. 3 million people live, but 40 have evidently died because of, this COVID thing. 40 people, I think more people have died going to the bathroom, actually, and of loneliness, especially the seniors. So, they could die going on the toilet because they're constipated. They're worried. Nobody's visiting them. stuff like that. So maybe sitting on the toilet, not to get too graphic, but maybe they're plugged up and have a hemorrhoid and it bleeds out and they die, and then that's COVID. You know, that's how they get the numbers to fan the flames of the pandemic. Birds, this is off limits, please. Return to your home. Invisible chains. So anyway, get some seaweed. That's against the law, I think. Anyway, I'm here on Huntington Beach. I'm not going to rock the boat too much, but I think I'm just going to kind of just keep going. Here comes Speed Racer. He's working on his jet ski, the life-saving techniques. That's cool. I support good people doing good work. It's training for an actual life-saving event. So I guess I'll just kind of ease on back, since I tested the water, and so thankfully I wasn't bombarded with a flying canine dog or any lifeguard that needed to exercise his personal power through Donald Trump and Gavin Newsom and the rest of the international bankers. So it's a 6-minute video so far, so that's pretty good. So I was reading this morning on Facebook. Facebook has a lot of wonderful things about it, that's for darn sure. But it also has some crap going on. They have a way of censoring and shadow banning people. And basically that limits their freedom of speech. Whether you believe that or not, that's your issue. I have my views, you have yours. Let's just agree to disagree if you disagree. So anyway, saw this post this morning talking about what are you going to say to your grandkids and their the great grandkids. Did you stand up during your this time of crisis, or did you just stay at home and get fat and watch the news? Did you stand for freedom, or did you let freedom erode? Well, obviously not a lot of people are standing up, but I made a little bit of a stand here today. And the other day I made a video down in Newport, how they trying to crack down there a bit. I made a video for an hour and 45 minutes, hour and 38 minutes, down at the Huntington Beach Pier during a great Huntington Beach rally, protest for freedom, and how closing down the beach is insane. And so fortunately, I found out that I'm not the only one that's a dreamer and that has some sense, some common sense. I've spent a lot of time researching geopolitics and how the government works and how they herd the human population and control them. A lot of time, like 10 years, full time. And I'm not getting paid by the government, not getting paid by a large international company. I'm not getting paid by a mom and pop company. I'm just doing it on my own free will, going for truth and justice. And I've learned a lot. I didn't know anything like 12 years ago about corruption and political corruption. I was just like most other people, just going about my life. But then I kind of got the idea that, hey, something's not right here. And like the 9/11 buildings fell with 2 airplanes. 3 buildings fell with 2 aluminum airplanes. And started going down that rabbit hole as deep as you could just about go. So, and then I saw other things unfolding that were on the parallel. So here I am, 10 years later, after all kinds of crazy things have happened on the government mainstream news, these mass shootings and all kinds of other things, wars upon wars, where millions of people have died for population control, more power and control, all that stuff. But fortunately, there's a good side to life. You know, life is such a beautiful gift. This is one little good side. I haven't been kind of clubbed here for walking on the beach, so that's good. Yet, so I might as well stay in the parking lot a little bit until I'm like told to leave, or told they come out and try to put me under arrest or something. You know, hands in the air, stop resisting. So anyway, just doing my little thing. The last time I came down here, I got attacked. See, there's my glasses. By some law enforcement. They were, I guess, working for Newsom, and they were going to pick up their paycheck for keeping the people off the beach. So let's just talk about population control and all that kind of stuff, laws. And, you know, I understand laws and trying to control the population and control people, but I don't like lies. I'm not into chronic liars and people that use force, unnecessary force around the world, and sanctions to starve people. Brutal sanctions to starve people out of their way of life and to change. I'm totally for educating people and creating win-win opportunities, not by force, but by choice, through education. So that's really where I'm at. That applies to many, many things. Unfortunately, there's a group that kind of possessed by their religions and their supremacy, and they think they're like the God's chosen people, and they just, even if they don't think they're God's chosen people, then they have some other kind of power and control things where they think they're just so fucking cool or something. It's just nuts. So unfortunately, that we have those people that we need to flush down the toilet like a rotten turd and put them out of business. So that's the deal. I don't want to get this law enforcement officer on my ass up here, so I'll just kind of ease back onto the street. And I guess I'll go back this way now. I'll cross here in a minute when the cars are done. So that's my story. What's your story? If you want to learn more about my views, I've spent 10 years posting on the internet, on Facebook, making YouTube videos, and you can dive into posting on Facebook. Got 1,200 videos on YouTube, and you can dive into it, or you can just keep watching the news or whatever, reading the paper, whatever you do. So anyway, that's the story. Huntington Beach. Appreciate your time. Take good care. Peace, love, happiness. Love and hugs are all that good stuff, you know what I mean. Ciao.